Sigmund, and here's why I'm smiling. Because I know there's something ahead that involves a cat and chapstick, and once you see those images from the story that I read to you, you're never going to be able to unsee them. That's going to be fun for me. Yeah, I kind of hope it's fun for you. Yes, this is called the Academy for Writers. But as you can see, t-shirt, backdrop, and I don't think we can overdo it. It really is about being a story ninja. Yeah, it's important to be a great writer. You know that, your parents know that. But to get there, I'm going to suggest we can do it by having a lot of fun with story. Yeah, story ninja. Because I can remember what it was like when I was in school. Not only can I remember what it was like, I have a photograph to remind me of what it was like. That was before we had to wear visors on our hockey helmets, and I took a high stick in the mouth, bits of my teeth went scattering across the ice, and there's me back when I was learning. So in a way, I'm not trying to teach you how to write. You know who I'm trying to teach? The previous me, the kid you saw with no front teeth who struggled with spelling, punctuation, grammar, who needed to understand there were other things. Oh, like being a story ninja. You might be surprised at how little writing you're going to do as you become a great writer. First of all, we're going to show you ways to come up with great stories. I call this the elimination contest. That's going to lead to beating the bracelet. And at the end of every one of our sessions together, we're going to give you something fun to do that you can share with your parents later. One last thing for now. Each one of our sessions together is going to involve someone that I call Other Sigmund.
Put up your hand or both your hands if you love to mess with people. Because isn't it fun to make your friend giggle? Isn't it fun to make your teacher groan? Don't you love scaring people? As long as, now look at me, it has to be appropriate for the person you're messing with. We'll talk more about that later in Story Ninja Move number 2. But for now, let's talk about songs and how they make you feel. Your teacher might play some songs for you, but we're about to pause and have fun with music and talking about how it makes you feel.
Hey, me again, the other me again. He and I are going to switch back and forth. And this me again has some music for you. What? You want it louder? And now get ready to be a little grumpy with me because you're not going to be able to help it. You're going to do this, 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 and I'll probably end up doing this, this, this as well. Maybe you'll like this one just a little more. I have no rhythm. I know I look silly. You might be standing there doing a little lasso dance. I know, I told you I look silly. How about something a little older? Like way, way back. Stuff that someone like me would have been listening to. And if you're wondering why it rocks to be a story ninja, here's your answer. And why don't we finish with one of the all-time best? We will rock you.
And did you notice if songs grab your feelings, aren't they kind of messing with... Don't songs mess with you? And couldn't you flip that around and decide to mess with someone through songs? You could play music really loud and make them dance. You could play a song that'll make them sad. And I'm going to say that stories are the same. And let's see how that story makes you feel. It's going to start off with who, where, when, and what, the story ninja hand, and then hopefully the problem grabs you and you enjoy the story.
Once you hear this story, you will never be able to unhear it. Don't say I didn't warn you. I'm going to settle back. I've got the story right here. Notice I didn't say I've got the book. Well, yeah, it is a book, but books deliver story. Remember that? The alphabet, reading and writing is the delivery system for story. So here we go. Justine McKean needed a parent helper. After school, she went down the street to Sidney Martin's house. She opened the gate. She saw Sidney's little brother, Adam. He was 4 years old. He sat in the grass with a cat in his arms. "Hey, Adam," Justine said. "Hey, Justine," Adam said. "Could you hold Snuggles for me?" Justine sat beside Adam. "Sure, I like cats." Adam gave the cat to Justine, and Snuggles began to purr in Justine's arms. Short break. I hope, well, hope's a strong word, but I'm guessing you're a little bored right now because all you have is who, what, where, when. A girl after school in a front yard holding a little boy's cat. It's the grabber problem that's about to make it interesting. At least I truly hope it's interesting for you when I continue. Snuggles began to purr in Justine's arms. Adam reached over and lifted the cat's tail straight in the air. "What are you doing?" Justine asked. Adam used his other hand to point at the cat's rear end. "Look," he said, "Snuggles is chapped and dry under his tail, just like my mom's lips are chapped and dry." Adam kept holding the cat's tail straight in the air. With his other hand, he used a tube of chapstick and rubbed it on the cat's rear end. "Oh," Justine said, "I don't know if that's a good idea." "I do it all the time," Adam said. That's when the door to the house opened and Mrs. Martin walked down the steps. "There you are, Adam," she said. "I've been looking everywhere for you." Justine handed the cat to Adam and stood. "Hello, Mrs. Martin," Justine said. "Did you get my information in the email about parent helper?" "I can't remember," Mrs. Martin said. "I am very busy." Then Mrs. Martin looked at Adam. "Hey, that's where my chapstick went. Give it back, please." Adam handed Mrs. Martin the chapstick. "What do you need a parent helper for?" Mrs. Martin asked Justine. As she spoke, she took the lid off the chapstick. She raised it to her lips. "Don't do it," Justine said. Too late. Mrs. Martin smeared the chapstick all across her lips. "The chapstick," Justine said. "Adam just used it on Snuggles." "Ooh," Mrs. Martin said. "He put it on Snuggles' mouth?" "No," Justine said. "The other end." "What?" Mrs. Martin said. "Yes," Adam said proudly, "under Snuggles' tail where it's all dry. I do it all the time."
Story Ninjas, we're back again. And I sure hope that story about the cat and the chapstick, I hope it made you giggle. And I hope it made you groan. I was trying to mess with your feelings. And if you stop and talk about the different stories that you love and then write down the way they made you feel, I think you'll agree with me that great songs are like great stories. They mess with your feelings. And that's why it rocks to be a story ninja. You get to mess with your teacher's feelings. Look at this. I'm giving you the 2 hands for the story ninja. Your job for the rest of the year, mess with your teachers through stories as long as they are appropriate.
Well, that's it, our first session together, and here's what I'd like to leave you with. For an activity between now and next time we get together, could you list your 3 favorite books, your 3 favorite movies, and your 3 favorite songs? Squirrel moment, books deliver stories. Movies deliver stories, so you can actually say to your mom, "Hey, we're not watching a movie, we're watching a story." Yeah, that squirrel moment's over. 3 favorite books that deliver stories, 3 favorite movies that deliver stories, 3 favorite songs. And just have a 1-sentence description for how each of those books, movies, and songs make you feel. And then ask your mom or dad to do the same and take turns reading your list to each other. And please don't forget, go to my Story Ninja channel, Story Ninjas with Sigmund Brouwer. One last thing, if your family has Amazon Prime, you may be able to read many of my books free through Kindle Unlimited.